PUBG Mobile, also known as PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield in China, is a surprisingly faithful take on the PC and console shooter that took 2017 by storm. Though the idea of taking PUBG on the go is enticing, the problem, until recently, has been that it's only available in China. Now, however, it's released in US, Canada, and other parts of the world, with more coming soon. With the right steps, it is possible to download PUBG on iOS and Android, and, if you really want to, even download the Chinese PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield on iOS or Android from any region if you know how to. Need more help? We also have a list of PUBG tips and tricks to help improve your game. It's here at last. Downloading PUBG on iOS and Android is now finally a dead simple task. Quite simply, iOS users just need to follow this link to PUBG on the App Store from the phones to get downloading. Likewise, to download PUBG on Android, head to PUBG on the Google Play Store on your phone and get downloading. You can of course search for it manually in the stores of your choice. Just remember that, for the official Western release of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on mobile phones, you need the one simply called PUBG Mobile, and nothing else. Originally this was the only way to play PUBG on mobile, but now that it's out in the West in the form of PUBG Mobile, this is more of a niche option. Still, it's possible, so here's our guide to downloading the Chinese version of the app, starting with how to do so on iOS and then Android further below, for those that really want to. Not only is PUBG out on mobile outside of China now, to make matters more confusing, there are two versions of the Chinese PUBG made available by publisher Tencent. Though they look similar, if you're after the Chinese version, the one that you are looking for is PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield, which is the mobile version of the Battlegrounds you know and love. PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield is a pretty good approximation of the fully fledged Battlegrounds experience. There are, of course, a number of differences to make it suit a smaller, touch-enabled screen. Our article on how PUBG on mobile phones compares to the original game goes through these changes in more detail, as well as the following video. Digital Foundry have also taken a look. Downloading PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield on iOS is a little fussy, but doesn't take longer than 10 minutes when you get down to it. Note that, for now, the Canadian version of the game is only available on Android, so here in this section we'll just be talking about Exhilarating Battlefield. The following steps assume you're downloading directly from your iOS device on iOS 11, though you can do the same through iTunes if you wish. 1. On your device, log out of your current Apple account. You can do this by opening Settings, selecting your account at the very top between the Search and Airplane Mode options, then Sign Out at the bottom. We recommend you do a full iCloud backup before you do this, however, which your device will warn you about. 2. Back in the top of Settings, go to the Account section and create a new iCloud account. Go through the various options until you are asked about an email address to assign it to. Use an existing email address you already down, but one that's different to one already in use for any existing iCloud accounts. 3. Continue through the settings, verification, passcode and so on, until you have verified your email address and created the account. 4. With that done, the account is created. Go to the App Store app, then log into your account again. This time it says your account needs setting up further, and given the option to select your region. China is the one you want. At this point it may say you need to set up your iCloud account further. This will take you back to settings, so say not now, agree to the terms, then hit next. 5. Here is where you then set up payment, set to none, and address details. There are plenty of address generator websites out there you can use for this purpose. 6. You should then be ready to go. Search for PUBG in the App Store, and you'll be presented with the two apps. For us, it was the top of the two at the time of writing, the one with the darker sky in the logo. If you're struggling to find it, you can go directly to the Game Store page. When you run the game, you might have to create a QQ account or WeChat account before playing, which might be easier using a laptop than on your phone. Once that's done, you're all set. Loot hoarding your way through our PUBG guides and still want more? We say start out at our major list of PUBG tips and tricks, which gives you a whopping number of ways to help improve your game. We also go in depth with our ranking of PUBG weapon damage stats and the best weapons in the game, the best PUBG loot locations for both maps, our look at the new 4x4 PUBG map recently announced, extensive details on the Erangel and Miramar maps, explanations of the PUBG roadmap on Xbox and PC, the PUBG replay system controls and how first-person mode works. If you're not playing on PC, here's what we know about PUBG on Xbox One, the best PUBG graphics settings and how to increase FPS, a full PUBG achievements list, a list of PUBG emotes, an explanation of PUBG custom matches and war mode, and finally all you need to know about how to download PUBG Mobile officially on iOS and Android. For Android users, the process of downloading PUBG Exhilarating Battlefield is far simpler, whilst there's also a way to download the Western version of the game, PUBG Mobile, if you're outside of Canada, too. First, download the TapTap app from the store, then within that, search for PUBG. If you are struggling to find it, then search from the publisher Tencent and see its list of released games, or go directly to the game's store page. When you run the game, you might have to create a QQ account or WeChat account before playing, which might be easier using a laptop than on your phone. Once that's done, you're all set. Additional writing by Chris Tapsell.